Hey, I'm coming on to do a collab video that Kim from Prep Whisper is hosting and invited a bunch of us from YouTube to participate in this collab with her. So I'll have all of the participants and Kim's channel in the description box below. Definitely go check them all out. Kim is awesome. She has a great channel, meal preps and recipes and just great tips. So definitely go check her out. And subscribe to everyone if you haven't. They're just awesome, great channels. So definitely go check everyone out and subscribe if you haven't. So this is favorite vegetarian meal. I don't make a lot of vegetarian meals. So I think the only one that I really make is sometimes I make my chili without meat in it. And that's my veggie chili. And I really like that, but I really wanted to find something different. This inspired me to find what I thought might be a great recipe to try. So what I found was Tex Mex stuffed peppers. I love stuffed peppers and I'm always trying to find different recipes, and I thought this was the perfect recipe to try as vegetarian. Like I said, I love stuffed peppers and always looking for different ways to make stuffed peppers, and this just sound like a great recipe. So let me turn you around and show you the ingredients and we'll get started. All right, so the ingredients you're going to need for this recipe is 6 peppers. I got a few different colored peppers, a half a cup of diced onion. The recipe calls for 1 cup of cherry tomatoes cut in half. And what I'm going to do is split the recipe in two. One half of the recipe I'm going to put a half a cup of the cherry tomatoes in, and the other half I'm going to put some of this salsa in, and I'm going to try the 2 different ways of doing it and see which one I like the best. And then you're going to need 1 cup of frozen corn thawed, 1 1/2 cup of cooked black beans, so I'm just going to use rinsed canned black beans. You're going to need 2 cups of cooked rice. It calls for brown rice, but I'm just going to use my normal jasmine rice that I use. And then for the seasonings, it calls for chipotle chili powder, and I'm just going to use just regular chili powder. I don't like the chipotle flavor, that smoked flavor. I don't like that flavor, so I'm just going to use regular chili powder. That is half a teaspoon of chili powder, a half a teaspoon of dry oregano, half a teaspoon of cumin, and 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon black pepper, and then a cup and a half of shredded cheese divided, because some's going to go in the recipe and some cheese is going to go on top of the peppers. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my rice cooked and my peppers. I'm going to take the center out, the core out, and the recipe doesn't call to parboil them, but I'm going to parboil my peppers just for a few minutes. All right, I am cutting the tops off my peppers and cleaning out the seeds. So what I'm going to do, I learned from this recipe. I always cut off my tops like that and cut up my pepper like that, but I usually just clean out the seeds with my hands. But this recipe taught me to go and cut down with a spoon down the sides, throw away the seeds, and then you have a clean pepper inside. So I'm going to start doing that even when I chop up my peppers, because that just cleans it right out. The recipe says to then throw away the top, but I'm not going to throw away the top until I cut around the edge, because this is all good pepper that I can use in a recipe, dice the pepper up in a recipe, or just eat it as a snack. All right, so now I have my peppers in some boiling water just to parboil and soften just a little bit. Like I said, the recipe doesn't call for this, but I just want to make sure that my peppers are softened. And now I'm going to get the filling ready. All right, so now I'm just slicing the cherry tomatoes in half and putting them in one of the bowls. I don't know how much salsa I want to use. I'm going to add that to the other half of the filling at the end and just see how much I want to do. I'm thinking probably a half a cup, but I don't know. So I've got the cherry tomatoes in one filling section, and then I'm going to put 1/4 of a cup of diced onions in one, and then I'm going to put the other 1/4 of a cup in the other half of the mixture. All right, so I have the filling in 2 different bowls, one with the tomatoes, one without. I am mixing that up, and then I'm going to put 1/2 cup of cheese in each, and then I'm going to fill the peppers. All right, so I have both bowls of my filling. So this is the one like the recipe. This I added 3/4 of a cup of salsa to. They both look really good, so I can't wait to try them. All right, so I'm going to fill the peppers and then I'll show you. Okay, so I filled all of my peppers. These 3 are with the actual recipe, and these 3 are with the salsa. Now I'm going to top it with the remaining cheese and pop it in the oven 350 for 30 to 35 minutes. These are topped with the cheese. I'm going to pop them in the oven. All right, so this is the finished product. I'm going to go and cut one of these in half, which is the actual recipe, and then one of these in half, which is the recipe with the salsa. All right, this is it all plated up. It's 1/2 of each, and I put some salsa on the side. I'm going to try it with salsa. I'll let you know how I like it, and I'll let you know which recipe I like better. Yeah, so I'll give this a try, and then I'll turn the camera around. So that is Tex Mex stuffed peppers. If you enjoy stuffed peppers and like that Mexican style flavor, you will definitely love these stuffed peppers. Definitely give it a try. It was good with the tomato mixture or the salsa mixture. Good with salsa on top, but you didn't necessarily need it. Other things you could add would be light sour cream, non-fat Greek yogurt, some black olives, hot peppers, guacamole, all good things to go with it. On the Momentum plan, it's 5 points, so that makes a great low point meal lunch idea. It will be great to heat up for lunch, so I'm excited to take it for lunch next week. Yeah, so thank you so much for inviting me to do this collab, Kim. I've had a lot of fun doing this, and excited to share this recipe. If you haven't checked out the other participants in this collab, definitely go check them out. If you're coming from one of their other channels, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you subscribe and stick around. We do have a lot of fun here. I do a what I ate in a day video most every day. It keeps me accountable and keeps me on track. And yeah, so I put in some day in the life in there as well. And we just have a lot of fun here. All right, well, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, leave me a comment down below, and I will see you next time. Bye.